To this day, my mother still places her most valuable possessions on the top shelf of her bedroom closet. "Mom, why are you still doing that?" I ask, already knowing the answer but wanting to hear it anyway. The answer my mom gave to this question that I posed is the same one that I got from my grandmother, who 10 years ago did not want to obey the mandatory evacuation orders and leave her home and everything behind, not knowing if she would ever see them again. My mother replied, "This is my home. I just want to keep them safe. They mean so much to me." It has been nearly 10 years since the hurricane winds and subsequent floodwaters nearly destroyed my childhood home. For my mother, the onset of the hurricane season is always met with anxiety and trepidation. Will it happen again? Will it intensify? Will it turn west? And for me, the pain of knowing what could be lost. But there's also something to be gained from these experiences. I grew up in Jefferson County on the Texas Gulf Coast, bounded to the north by the Pine Island Bayou, the Neches River to the northeast, Sabine Lake and River to the east, and marshes in the Gulf of Mexico to the south. I understood at a very early age both the beauty and power of water. The eye of Hurricane Rita passed right over Jefferson County in September 2005, just 3 weeks after Hurricane Katrina devastated the northern Gulf Coast. At the time, Hurricane Rita was the fourth most intense Atlantic hurricane ever recorded and the most intense tropical cyclone ever observed in the Gulf of Mexico. While climate change does not cause extreme weather events like Hurricane Rita, they do increase the probability that they will occur. For example, NOAA scientists concluded that the 2011 drought that affected 56% of the continental U.S. was made more likely because of man-made climate change. Man-made warming of our planet is a factor in some of the extremes of weather that we're seeing, such as droughts and floods. As a natural resource social scientist, my research, teaching, and outreach at Cornell University is looking at how individuals and communities cope with flooding, how to close the gap between climate change beliefs and actions, and how to understand the assets stakeholders and communities have that empower them to adapt for the future. My inspiration to create the Global Citizenship and Sustainability program came from my desire to learn about and foster community resiliency by conducting community-based research and giving students the opportunity to connect with communities in tangible and meaningful ways on the topic of climate change, a global issue with local impacts to communities both in the U.S. and around the world. I am eager to learn about how different communities are adapting to climate change and extreme weather events and what that means for our future. In the Global Citizenship and Sustainability program, students learn more about the relationship between people and water and how communities can enhance their flood resiliency by preparing and adapting to floods. Working in partnership with faculty and students from the Faculty of Environment and Resource Studies at Mahidol University in Thailand, Cornell students conduct community-based research, learning from and about communities and also about themselves in the process. My vision for the Global Citizenship and Sustainability program is that students from Cornell and Mahidol have an authentic learning experience that contributes to community resilience and results in personal growth and cross-cultural learning. I want students to feel fully engaged in their learning while building skills for working across cultures and disciplines. Achieving this vision is a highly collaborative effort among community partners and faculty administrators at Cornell and Mahidol, and I'm excited about the future and what this vision means for students, universities, and communities. I am continually inspired by Tim Eadman, a public engagement scholar, who talks about the 5 senses of engagement, what is needed to affect change and touch one another: hope, history, passion, empathy, and planning. Learning from the adaptation stories and experiences of the past, we can create a more resilient future, but only if all these elements are working together. And it all begins with hope, which makes our work possible.